Jonathan worked furiously to finish etching in the last of the symbols before sunset. For someone who had practiced the ritual plenty of times, he continued to make the rookie mistake of waiting till the last minute to undertake the task. The truth of the matter was, he dreaded this day each year. In the beginning, it had been an interesting undertaking, but the thrill had faded a long time ago. The sheer amount of work combined with the mess it created to craft the totem had become more trouble than it was worth. As he carved the last of the symbols into the side of the jack-o'-lantern, he questioned if it was even worth finishing. That is, until he noticed the shadow out of the corner of his eye. One of the elder beings, no doubt coming to see if Jonathan would uphold his part of the bargain for another year. Its presence alone was enough to give him the drive required to finish the task. Anxiety crept through his limbs as he dropped the knife before frantically wiping his wet hands on his clothes. He began to tremble in fear as he desperately searched for the lighter he had set down earlier. Thankfully, he quickly found it and lit the small wick placed inside the body of the totem. "There," he screamed. "I've done it. It's finished." The shadow glared at him before slowly moving back, disappearing into the dark of the room. Jonathan shook his head before turning his attention back to the jack-o'-lantern, eyeing it with disgust. He had completed another ritual, and thus he was given another year of life. However, after doing so 304 times prior, this would be his final undertaking. Come next year, he would not carve another jack-o'-lantern, and the elder beings would finally have him. This would be Jonathan's last year on Earth, and more importantly, that meant he had sacrificed his last child to prolong his existence.